Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel. And yes, I know this has been a very long time in the making, but finally this is the Plankerton AFK Endurance builds. Now, as always, I will show you each amplifier that I have got set and the builds for them. I will take you through a brief little show through of the actual builds, and then I will go into a step-by-step instructions. So hopefully, same as with my previous endurance builds, you will be able to follow through the builds and build it step by step as you listen to the video. So without further ado, let's crack on with our Homebase amplifier. Okay, now first things first, I will be popping up some pictures now on the screen which will show you all of the traps and the perks that I have used for them. Now, I did use 130 traps only because I couldn't be bothered to go into lower level missions to grind out loads of different materials for doing it. But in the Plankerton Endurance, all of your traps will get maxed out at power level 116. So you could probably quite easily get away with 106 traps. They should work just as well, but just make sure that they are gold rolls so you've got the best possible perks on them. But they will be popping up on the screen. Now, as I've said in some other videos as well, with the Plankerton Endurance, it will not be a 100% AFK because you will have a UFO wave on wave 5, which is going to attack this one over here, this amplifier. So you will need to destroy the UFO wave, otherwise it's going to completely annihilate all of your builds and it will not work. But we will get into that a little bit further when we get to that amplifier. So for this video today, we're going to be going through our Homebase amp. Now, for the Homebase amp, you will only get attacked from the north. That is the only direction they will attack from, and they will attack on the first wave of the endurance, and you can get attacked on any of the other random waves as you go through. Some waves are permanent and set, other waves are totally random and can attack any number of your amplifiers. So you can get attacked any number of times on your Homebase amp. But this is basically what it will look like from this side. And we have got two directions. We have got a set over here of timeout rooms, and we've got another set over here. And they are pretty much identical both sides. We've got our wall launchers, which of course is going to fling them all into these boxes, and then we've got our wall darts, and we've got our ceiling electric fields up there, and we do have a ceiling gas traps up along this section because they are going to be frozen in spot for a second before they get launched in, so they will be taking additional damage in there. And as I said, that is identical for both the sides. Now, for your spawns, now your main spawn points are going to be anywhere along this section here, and you will also get a section which will spawn up on the top of this as well. And you can get the odd bit up on this top bit of the ridge as well, which is why we've got a load of tire traps and things set up on here. So that is the main place they will be spawning. Literally all of the other sections all the way across on both sides is just blocked off with a load of block off, so that we can make sure we do channel them in these two directions, and it will be the same over here. So what we are going to do for the purposes then of our builds, we are going to come over to this section here, which is right at the very corner of this this sort of bit of raised ridge here. Now, you won't be able to place any structure in this spot here. It won't allow you to place anything there. But from that point, if you turn to the side of it and you place a single wall there, Now, we're not going to worry at the moment about the trap. I will sort the trap out on it in a moment. So you will have your wall piece down on the floor here. Now, to the right-hand side of that, you are going to place another wall on there. And then you are going to turn and face to the south. And you will place another wall in this spot. And this is going to have a wooden wall spike on it. If you move over to your right 1 square, and you're going to place exactly the same, another wall and another wall spike on there. Now, to the right of that, you're going to have your edited wall, which is going to be like this on the left hand side. To the right of that, you are going to have another wall with a sound wall trap on it. Now, if you move to the right again, but this time move forward, and on the side of this sound wall, you're going to place a plain wall. And then if you turn again to the south, and you will have another wall with a wall spike on it. And then to the right of that will be another wall with a wall spike. And then a third one, and a fourth one, and a fifth one. Now, on the last final tile over here, that would just be a plain basic wall. So that will do that section. We will go into all of this lot later on and everything behind it. So if we get back now over to this section, now we have placed this wall here, and we've placed this wall on here. So on this wall, you are now going to place a wall dart. And then on this wall here, you will place a broadside. Now from that point, if you then face to the south again, and you are going to place a wall with a wall darts on it, and on the floor you are going to have a wooden floor spikes. So from here, if you then move to your left 1 square, now in front of you here, you are going to have your edited wall, which will be like this on the left hand side. On the floor, you're going to put a floor freeze trap. And then to your left of you, you are going to have a wall launcher. So that will then take you to this spot. Now, all of this over here, we're going to leave for a moment and come back to that in a second. We're going to carry on from this spot here. So from this spot, you won't have anything up above at the moment. We're going to worry about those later on. So move forward 1 square, and you will have a floor freeze trap on the floor. And you are going to have a wall launcher on your left hand side. If you move to your right 1 square, and you are going to have a wooden floor spike on the floor, you will have a wall dart then in front of you. To your right will be a broadside, and behind you will be another wall dart. Now up above you here, you are then going to place a ceiling electric field. And actually, if we go back left 1 square, above you there is going to be a ceiling gas trap. Now, if you then walk forward, again, you're going to have your edited wall on this spot. If you walk forward 1 square, and it will be exactly the same. You will have a wall launcher on the left, a gas trap above you, you will have a floor freeze trap on the floor, and you will have your edited wall in front of you. To the right 1 square will be exactly the same as one behind it. Will be a wall darts in front of you, broadside to your right, wall darts behind you, and a wooden floor spikes on the floor, and up above another ceiling electric field. So if we come back to this square, and if we walk forward 1 more square, it is exactly the same again. Wall launcher on the left, you will have a floor freeze trap on the floor, you will have your edited wall in front of you like this, a gas trap above you like that. And then to your right, exactly the same as the other two, we will have wooden floor spike on the floor, wall darts in front of you, a broadside to your right, and another wall darts behind you, and up above will be the ceiling electric field. So from here, walk forward 1 square. Now to your left, you are going to place a plain wall. And that will be all you will put in there. So that will finish then this first section. So we're going to go back now over to this spot over here. Now we've placed these walls in. These will all be in there already. So if you walk forward, so we've got 1 wall, 2 wall, and then 3 walls. So if you walk forward to that 3rd wall and facing the south, you are going to place a wooden floor spikes directly in front of you. And on top of that will be another basic plain wall. And then up above that will be a ceiling electric field. And then if you move to your left, you will place another wall spike with a plain wall above you. And then above that, a ceiling electric field. To the left again, exactly same, wooden wall spikes, plain wall above it, and then a ceiling electric field above that. And then to the left of this, just at the corner of this this ridge, you will just place a basic wall. And from this point, if you come over to this wall, into this box here, now from here, you are going to have a edited floor piece on the bottom, which is going to be like this. So it's going to be edited in half like this. So you've got that underneath, okay? And on top of that then, you're going to have your edited pyramid, which is going to be pointing then towards the northeast. And you are going to surround it then in walls. Now, to the right of that, you are going to do exactly the same. You'll have your edited floor piece here, your cone on the top pointing to the northeast, and then surround these 2 sides with walls. To the right of that, exactly the same, and then surround it with walls as well. Make sure you do that. And then to the right again, exactly the same again. So you've got 4 of these set up here, and this is going to fetch you then up to the end of the actual trap tunnel where we've got the wall launcher on the other side of this. So from this point, if you then move forward into this square, and again exactly the same, you'll have your edited floor piece, your cone will be pointing to the northeast, and surround it in walls. This wall will already be there. To the left, exactly the same thing again. And then to the left of this, exactly the same, but you don't need to worry about putting any wall in front of you on this one. You can leave that wall blank. And then to the left of that again, exactly the same again. But don't place any wall in front of you or any wall to the left. You just don't need to place them. So that will do that section of block off. Now, these walls, these bits here are already there. We're going to leave the top section until later on. I'll go into that after. So if we then come back over to this point here, now we've already placed these walls in. So we've got these 2 walls with the wooden floor spikes, and we've got this edited wall, and we've got the wall with the sound wall on it. So from this square, if you move forward, and it's identical to the one on the other side, you will have wall launcher on the left, you'll have gas trap above you, floor freeze trap on the floor, and an edited wall then on the left hand side there. And to the right of that will be exactly the same as before. Wooden floor spike on the floor, wall darts in front of you, broadside to your right, and a wall darts on the right, and up above a ceiling electric field. So from here, we are going to move forward 1 square and identical to the row behind us. So wall launcher on the left, gas trap up above, floor freeze trap on the floor, edited wall then in front of you there, and right 1 square you will have the wall darts in front of you, the broadside to your right, the wall darts behind you, you'll have wooden floor spikes on the floor, and you will have the ceiling electric field up above. So from this point then, move forward 1 square and exactly the same, wall launcher on the left, gas trap up above, edited wall here or in front of you, a floor freeze trap on the floor, and then to the right of that, you've got your wooden floor spikes on the floor. Now you don't need to worry so much about putting your wall lights, or wall darts should I say, in front of you. That one is fine. Place a broadside then to your right and wall darts behind you, and you will have the ceiling electric field up above. So that is going to cover the majority of all of this, and we've already placed all that back row in already. So from here, once you have finished from this square, you are then going to come outside, and what you need to do then, if you jump up onto the top, now this is all the section that we have placed in all of these ceiling pieces that we've wall pieces should I say, that we've got here. Now on the top of this should already be placed in up there. If they're not, then just place a second row all the way up to this sound wall here. Now from this point then, we'll leave the ceiling for a moment. Now we've placed all of these floor pieces in. These are all in, and all those bits over there are in as well. So we want to come to this section, which for you in between these two is going to be empty. There's going to be nothing in it. So if you fall down into the middle of this, now you're going to have your edited floor piece, which will look like this, and you're going to place two of those side by side here, and then you are going to have edited cones which are going to be pointing like this. So this side it will be pointing to the southwest, and this one here will be to the southeast. So it will make that shape, and then place two walls then in front of those. Now for the next one, you are going to do the exact same, but this time you're going to have your edited cones are going to be pointing to the northeast and to the northwest. So it will pretty much make like this little this very large cone shape, and then from there you'll place the two walls behind it as well. These side ones are already in there, and then you will just repeat that same thing then on this section of block off. So you've got your edited cones pointing to the northeast and the northwest, and your two edited floor pieces going along here as well, and then two more walls on here, and that's going to fetch you out in line with everything else. So that will be that section. So if we come back now over to this square, which we've already sorted, and what you want to do then is, if you then turn and face to the west and move to the left one square, now for here, if you move forward, you're then going to have your edited floor piece underneath again, which is going to be shaped like that, and you will have a cone edited then to the northwest, and you're going to do that for the same on the left hand square. So you'll have two rows of it, and then you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those all the way along, which is going to fetch you up to this natural bit of wall here. And then for this last little corner, which will be down here, just fill that in exactly the same. You don't need to place a wall there, and you don't need to place one there as well. So that will fill in all of the block off for you. Now from this point, you are going to start on your lobber shield up here. Now you don't need to place one on this one. That is fine. So if you then move over one box in like this, so leave the first one blank and this box, and for our lobber shield we are going to have 1 going up, and then we're going to have 2, and then 3. So it will be 3 high. From this point, if you then turn over to your east, and you are going to go across 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you've got 3 high and 4 across, and then just fill in the additional pieces to make the lobber shield like that. So from here, if we then come up, we're not going to place anything in this spot, and we don't need to place any of our edited ramps or stairs up here. Now you can either do it this way, like this, or you can have the stairs. Whichever you prefer, it is entirely up to you. It doesn't have to be the straight ones. So for this, you're going to miss out these two on this bottom row here and on the second row up. And on the very top row up here, you are going to place in another two just on that very top row. So that is going to fetch you to that point. So from there, once you've placed these, let's get up here. Once you've placed these two pieces in, you're then going to come down and place two walls in there. And once those two are in, you're then going to place two floor pieces along this section. And these ones should already be in here as well anyway. So that will make it into this sort of stairs effect shape. So from this point, you are then going to start back on your lobber shield. So you are going to place another two, 1 and 2. And then to the right of that, you are going to place another one. And then you will place a second one above it. So it will be another 2 by 2 section. Now, if you come up to the very top row, and you are going to place another one to your right hand side, and then you will place another one to the right hand side, and then another one to the right of that, another one, and another one. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got 5 going across. I will get to that section up there in a moment. So that is going to fetch you over to this point. Now, from this point onwards, down there is a different amplifier. So we're going to leave that as it is for the moment. So once you've got that, from here, turn around, you're going to place 3 floor pieces on the floor here, like so. And then when you come forward, you're going to have 3 more of your edited cones or stairs, like this as well. And that is going to fetch you down to this point. So then you will place 3 more floor pieces here. And this then should fetch you to the pieces that you've already done from behind here, because we've placed all of these already. In fact, these ones will probably be on here already, so you'll just stop at this point. So that will do that lot of lobber shield. Now, for this bit over here, because I said we've got a different amplifier over there to worry about. So from this point, you will come up and you will place a floor piece, and you are going to place that going to your west. So once you've done that, you will place a second one, a third one, a fourth one, a fifth one, a sixth one, 7, 8 and 9. So you will have 9 of those coming across this direction. From here, if you then move forward onto this square, and you are then going to turn over to your east, forward a bit more, and you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then from that point, if you turn back towards your west again, move forward 1 square, because you can leave this one blank. You don't want to place anything in there, otherwise husks may be able to just walk straight over the top. So from this point, move forward 1 square over to here, and then to your right 1 square, and you are going to place 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that will give you that shape. Now from here, you can leave out these last 2 rows on it, move to your right, and you're going to place 2 more in there, and you are going to place 2 more in there as well. So that will then give you all of this shape along the top. Now underneath these, from these 2 points here, you're going to put some ceiling drop traps up here, and then when you move forward, you're going to have on the left hand side of it will be a ceiling drop trap. On the right side of it, you are going to put a ceiling electric field. And if you then move forward, you are going to have ceiling drop trap, and ceiling drop trap to the left of it, but to the right you're going to then have 2 ceiling electric fields instead. And if you move forward again to this square here, so you are going to have here along these 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, you will have ceiling drop traps, and the last single one will be a ceiling electric field. Now from this point here, on the last row of square pieces that you're going to have, you will have 2 ceiling drop traps on the right, and then 2 ceiling electric fields then in the middle of it, and then all the way across here, across this rest of this row that you've placed in, you're going to put ceiling drop traps, and that will fill all of that section in, because all of these traps along out here are going to take care of 98% probably of the husks that will spawn here. The only time you will ever get any husks that will actually even make it into these tunnels is if you do get attacked on the random waves later on. So that will cover all of these up here. So let me just get back up to the top, up this way. Okay, now from this point here again then, we've got all our floor pieces on here. So we are going to place then a wall in front of us there, and then forward from that you will have a floor piece and then another wall. And then up here, these we haven't discussed in yet. This is mainly to do with the other amplifier over there, but it's all attached, so I'm going to cover it on this one anyway. So from here then, we are going to have another floor piece, or 2 floor pieces, and then to the left of us will be another 2 floor pieces. You could leave this one blank, but then put another one in over there when you get to it. From here, you'll go to your left, and you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 more floor pieces here, and then you should be able to place that one to the right of it. And to your left from this point over here, you're going to have 3, so 1, 2, and 3, and then move forward 1 square and place 1 to your left as well. And connecting all of this up from back down now at this point, if you miss out the ramp on this first one, so move to your left, and you're going to place 2 ramps going up. To your left again will be another 2 ramps going up, and to your left again will be another 2 ramps going up, and that will join all of it and connect it all together. Now underneath here, where we've got all of our ceiling and ramp pieces all set up here as well. So if you come over to these 2 which you've placed, you're going to place some ceiling drop traps up here. You can leave that one blank. There's no point placing one in there. Come over to this one, and you're going to fill in these 3 tiles here as well, and you're going to fill in these 2. So the very last one, which is last 2 which are on the end, you can leave blank. You can leave those ones blank as well. So it's just basically this shape along here, and that is to catch any random waves and at random spawns that you may get, because you may get the occasional random spawn which will come up here. This is for a different amplifier, but it's all linked in, so it's easier just for me to cover that now, and then it is done out of the way. So there we go. That is all of your builds and everything set up for your Homebase amplifier and from the north. So I hope you do find all this video useful. I hope it does help you out. If you need to, don't forget you can always pause the video. You can stop it at certain sections so you can try and build this to match yourself. But it is quite straightforward and quite easy to set up and build. It looks a lot, but it's not really that much. And just from this direction, this is what it will look like. But there we go. I hope you do find this useful. If you do, don't forget to hit that like down below. Smash a subscribe before you go. Turn on the notification bell. You will always get updated on my content when it comes out. And you can check me out on Twitter and Twitch. And I'm setting up my Discord server now, in the process as well. So there will be a link in the description for all of those, where you can follow me and support me. If you want to use code RiverFox in the item store, will help me out a great deal. But until the next one, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.